It might be the most insane console leak we've ever seen. The PlayStation 6 is rumored to do something no console has ever fully pulled off, every single generation. In one machine.
Yeah, we're talking full backward compatibility from PS1 all the way to PS5. No remasters, no cloud streaming, no premium upgrade nonsense, just pure native gaming.
And if this actually happens, this isn't just another console launch. This changes everything, because right now, PlayStation has a problem, a massive one. You bought games on PS1, gone. PS2, mostly gone. PS3, messy compatibility. PS4, partially saved. PS5, finally improving. But your library? Scattered across generations, locked behind old hardware. Or worse, locked behind subscriptions. And Sony knows this. They've seen what Xbox is doing. They've seen how players are reacting to game preservation, and now they might be ready to go all in. Imagine turning on your PS6 for the first time. No setup stress, no migration headaches, just one screen. Your entire PlayStation history sitting right there. You scroll and you see it. PS1 classics, PS2 legends, PS3 masterpieces, PS4 hits, PS5 blockbusters, all playable instantly. That childhood game you forgot about? One click. That PS2 title you never finished? Resume. That PS3 exclusive stuck in the past? Back. And not just playable. Better. Way better. We're talking faster load times across every generation. Because older games, they were never designed for modern SSD speeds. So what happens when they suddenly run on next-gen hardware? Loading screens disappear. Waiting becomes optional. You click, you're in. That alone changes how these games feel, but it doesn't stop there. Performance. Frame rates that used to struggle at 30 FPS, now smooth, locked, possibly even boosted. Imagine PS3 games finally running the way they were meant to. No drops, no stutter, just clean performance. Then visuals, not remastered, enhanced, sharper resolution, cleaner textures, better stability without touching the original game design. So you're still playing the same game, but it looks like your memory always imagined it. And that's powerful, because nostalgia isn't just about replaying, it's about reliving. And right now, that experience is broken across hardware generations. PS6 could fix that completely, but here's where it gets even crazier. If Sony really commits to this, this becomes the ultimate value console. Think about it, one purchase, and you suddenly unlock decades of gaming. Not just new releases, but thousands of titles. Instantly relevant again. That changes how people buy consoles, because now you're not buying a PS6, you're buying PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5, all combined. That's insane, and it puts serious pressure on competitors, because now the conversation shifts. It's no longer, what new games can I play? It becomes, what games can I never lose access to? That's a completely different mindset, and Sony knows that loyalty is built on libraries. Not just exclusives, but ownership, history, memory. Now let's talk about the biggest challenge, because this isn't easy. PS3 alone was a nightmare architecture, completely different from everything before and after. That's why even PS5 struggles with true PS3 compatibility. So if PS6 pulls this off, it means one of two things. Either Sony has developed insanely advanced emulation, or they've redesigned hardware to support legacy systems at a deeper level. Both are huge, and both would explain why PS6 rumors are so quiet right now, because if this is real, they're not just building a console, they're rebuilding the entire PlayStation ecosystem from the ground up. And there's more. This could kill the need for remasters. Think about how many times you've seen the same game re-released. PS3 version, PS4 remaster, PS5 upgrade, again and again. Now imagine you don't need any of that. You just play the original, but it runs better automatically. That saves developers time. It saves players money, and it changes how games are preserved forever. But here's the real twist. If PS6 supports physical discs across generations, that's game over, because now your old discs actually matter again. That dusty PS2 collection, valuable. Your PS3 library, playable. Your entire shelf, relevant. And suddenly, game collecting comes back hard. Because digital libraries are great, but physical ownership, that hits different. And Sony knows collectors are a massive part of the ecosystem. Now let's talk about what this means for you. If you've been gaming for years, PS6 becomes a time machine. You don't need to rebuy anything. You don't need subscriptions to access your past. You just plug in and everything works. That's convenience at a level we've never seen before. If you're a new gamer, it's even crazier, because you're not just entering gaming, you're entering 30+ years of history immediately. No waiting, no barriers, just pure access. That turns PS6 into the best starting console ever made. And then there's content creation. Imagine YouTubers revisiting old games, but with modern performance. No lag, no clunky setups. Everything streamlined. That opens up content content possibilities massively. Old games trend again, forgotten franchises come back, and entire communities get revived, all because of one feature: backward compatibility. Now here's where things get controversial, because if PS6 does this right, it might actually reduce game sales. Think about it. Why buy a remaster when the original runs perfectly? Why pay again when you already own it? That's risky for Sony, unless they shift focus completely. Instead of reselling old games, they double down on new experiences. Bigger, better, more ambitious, and that could push the industry forward. Instead of recycling, we innovate. But let's be real for a second. This is still a rumor, nothing confirmed, and Sony has stayed completely silent. No official announcement, no deep dives, no tech breakdowns, just leaks, reports, speculation. So you have to ask yourself, is this too good to be true? Because full backward compatibility across 5 generations is one of the hardest things to achieve in gaming. But if any company can do it, it's Sony. They have the history, they have the library, they have the demand, and now they might finally have the technology. So if PS6 launches with this feature, we're not just getting a new console, we're getting the ultimate PlayStation. One device every generation, zero compromise, and that might be the moment gaming truly becomes timeless. Because for the first time ever, you don't leave your past behind when you upgrade. You carry it forward, forever. So now the real question is, if PS6 actually lets you play every PlayStation game ever made on one system, are you buying it on day one or waiting to see if it lives up to the hype? Subscribe for daily gaming news, and thanks for watching.